Okay,
Is that thing on?
it is. Okay, we're ready to go.
We are ready to go.
So
We are
welcome
ready
to
to.
From the Second.
The question
Well,
is, we
Brenda-
may be ready.
But is everyone else?
Are others going to be ready to
I
hear
don't
what
know.
we had to
I
say?
don't know.
Or I had to say.
So I'm Brenda Rozzi, and this is my partner in crime.
Yeah, big crime. I should be doing time according to a few people. I'm Rich Russell.
And-
The man that's never without a word, never at a loss for words.
No, and we're going to go over tomorrow night's city council meeting, and we're going to go over the agenda like we always do. Those of you who, if there's any public hearings, if your has to do with your street or anything, I just want come down to City Hall. Come down and listen to what's happening, what your government is doing for you or not for you.
You can go to
Whichever case it might be.
go to the chamber of It's What's Happening, baby. First of all,
Yeah.
who was the clown that decided at 9:27 to cancel the super secret special council meeting Friday night at 5:30?
Because no one wanted to go on a Friday night. City Hall's closed.
Then why
at
did
9:30.
they arrange it in the first place?
Your guess
It is what
better
it
than
is.
mine. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
Okay, we go through the normal Maura Healey BS. The top of it is. You know it and I know it.
I know.
And then there's a couple of links for Facebook and YouTube.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, there is a Zoom link.
Oh, there is a Zoom link.
Yeah,
Good,
Zoom.
right, yeah. You know what the Zoom reminds me of? Remember, did you ever watch the Muppets? And at one point there was a thing where all these people were all in like different cubicles, different things. And at the end of the show, they do the thing. And that's what Zoom reminds me of. People just, they're doing.
Speaking of the Muppets, all it's missing in the council chamber,
Oh, God,
you know what I'm going to say, is
Yeah.
Statler and Waldorf.
I love them. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I
they're
love
so
them
cool.
too. You never knew it was going to happen.
No. No, but anyway, so the agenda starts off, they do roll call, moment of silence, pledge of allegiance, then they approve minutes, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of minutes.
Yeah.
And then public participation, which my co-host,
Okay, which public participation,
right?
you will be getting a special edition. I will be doing my rant.
Okay.
I don't know if that may become a regular idea.
With rant?
It could be.
How could it not?
But
How
again,
could it not be? I mean, very seldom. I mean, because there's always something with the city. You can't say there's not, because there's always something.
well,
with
see,
city.
the thing, this was the rant I was going to give Friday night.
Right.
Usually, I don't do my rants until
The morning of.
yes, the morning of. So whether that would mean I would have to do it over the weekend, but that still leaves like 48 hours of
Whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
But getting to the public hearings,
Yeah. Okay.
a new position. Does that new position mean I got to be reaching for my wallet again?
Possibly.
Creation of ordinance for a new position, the energy advocate. In the Office of Planning and Development, there's a hotbed of political intrigue. But it was put up by Dan McCarthy, friend, planning director, square brackets, pending language from the city attorney. How about language from the taxpayers?
No one ever asked us.
Yeah, and nobody
And
listens.
then installation of conduit at Lowell Street near pole P3043.
Yeah. Let's see.
Matters pending. There's a lot of matters pending.
22, 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 24, 24, and 25.
Why don't they just get rid of the
Why don't they-
46, 25? That's already been done.
Yeah, I know
I thought that's already been done.
Yeah. What's the city engineer doing on Knox Street? It needs measurements.
Yeah, okay.
Well, again,
But that's from 21. Not, yeah, whatever. It's like ridiculous. Was it?
let's see. Isn't
24.
429.23 and 46.25 basically the same thing?
Yes.
Duh. And these are our leaders, and we shall follow.
Yeah, okay. All right, now we have communications from the mayor.
Okay.
The first one is what should have been Friday night.
What should have been Friday night.
Status and update regarding snow and ice removal and emergency notification policies. That was put on by Councilor Vice President Anna Levy, Councilor Stephanie Afanti, my counselor, Councilor Selena Reyes, Councilor Vivian Marmol, your counselor, and Councilor Rosalind Gonzalez.
Okay.
And what I saw from Facebook, Rosalind Gonzalez's constituents aren't too happy because she couldn't be reached.
Well, while we're still on this, I do have to, big hats off to your counselor, Stephanie, out there digging out hydrants
Yep.
on Facebook.
Yep.
And I also have to hats off to my own counselor, because she has put some new agenda items
Yeah.
regarding snow, new items.
They're
But by
becoming
the
a really
time,
good team.
by the time the city does anything, the snow's gonna be gone. We don't have to worry about this.
Until next year.
And the biggie, and I gotta say this with a straight face, no Kevin White impressions. The State of the City address.
Not for anything. He just gave his inauguration address a month ago. What in a month?
Okay.
State of the city.
Now, the question I have, and I'm gonna throw it out to everybody, what's the over-under on who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
Let's see, there's, I have 3 in the running. Well, 4,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
The mayor, the super senior, secret squirrel senior advisor on external affairs, Octavian Spanner. There's a lot of alliteration there. Super secret squirrel senior. His chief of staff, Mr. Castro, who we're still waiting to hear from the Post Commission. And the newly rising
But he can't, but he's,
Mateus.
yeah, but he's not part of the city hall.
If he got that
Well,
job,
no,
he's
I know,
he's part of it.
But he's more over planning development, so, but, like, yeah, whatever.
Distance doesn't make the heart grow fonder.
No.
And distance does not separate you from the political intrigue
True.
that goes through this mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be like interesting, you know, to listen to see how, what are they gonna talk about? Can't talk about how great the city is plowing, because the city sucks. You still can't go down some of the small side streets.
I'll get into
I know,
plowing later
I know.
on.
Okay, so let's go into budget and finance. SEIU Local 3 Laborers Union Collective Bargaining Agreement. Transfer $95,279 from general fund and enterprise fund accounts to various salary funds to fund the CBA. Okay?
Various salary accounts,
So-
general fund and enterprise fund account. They don't say which enterprise
Exactly,
funds.
exactly.
I mean, there's the airport, there's the water department, there's the parking. How much are they gonna hit everybody on?
I don't know, that's gonna be an interesting thing to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah. But again, the public doesn't have any input on these
No,
committee things.
nope.
The only way we have input is if it goes for a public hearing, and I don't see public hearing for that.
No.
Again, let's see, the next one is 0526 SEIU Local 3 Inspectors Union Collective Bargaining Agreement. Now, don't get me wrong, these people are worthy of the money that they can make. I have no problem with whatever they get.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem is how the city transfers. In this case, it's only $42,552. Oh, wait a minute, they screwed up. No pennies, nickels, and dimes
Oh, wow.
listed. From the general fund to inspectional services to fund this collective bargaining agreement. But again,
So, okay,
like in the previous agenda item,
yeah.
it said from the general fund, okay,
Yeah.
we know where that is, but the enterprise funds and accounts, which ones? How much? Why
Good
should
question.
these people, those enterprise funds that for the most part, are self-sustaining and they're doing a good job. Why should they be forced? Well,
I don't know. How about the next one? Transfer funds, $100,000 from emergency management, permanent salary and wages to professional services. That's for the fire department.
okay, now, did you know that they hired a professional outside firm that is going to be acting as the emergency management supervisor for the city?
Did not know that.
I happened to catch that.
I thought that was supposed to go to a friend
Yes.
of ours. Apparently not, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I won't go into any of the political implications of that one because there are many. You know it and I know it.
Yeah.
Okay, now the good news. Housing Ordinance and Personnel Committee, no reports.
But look at the public, so are they disbanding public safety? Because everything on their agenda has been withdrawn. It's going to be withdrawn. Let's see, the crime, city statistics from 2013, 2014 crime reduction strategies for the city of Lawrence. 2016 review of the police department's use of license plate readers. There's three from 2018. Sex trafficking, prostitution, Lawrence.
That's-
Lawrence emergency management response, and Lawrence gas leak emergency.
Going back
Which
a
one?
couple, the 415-16 was the one where the use of license plate readers was established, but the computer records were deleted after 30 days.
Right.
And you cannot go after, you cannot use the license, therefore, you cannot use the license plate reader to go after somebody, an out-of-state vehicle that is living in
Lawrence.
Lawrence, because you need more than 30 days of
Right.
activity to prove that it was here.
Right.
So if you're dumping it after 30 days, how can you prove it?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there's three from 2019. Hookah use prohibited on public ways by adults and minors. Use of alcohol to be prohibited in public parks and all sporting events. And the Lawrence Public Schools, public safety. Okay. From 2020, coronavirus, Lawrence preparedness. And from 2022, health and safety concern about our youth substance misuse within city of Lawrence.
Oh.
Okay.
Again, the newest one is 4.5 years old.
Yeah.
Agenda item 161 would be somewhere in May, June, or July. So that's
Yep.
4.5 years ago.
Yep.
No, 3.5 years ago, I'm sorry.
But
Economic development. No report. Is that good news or bad news?
I don't know. I don't know. And committee on the whole, no thing. Now we have the old business, which is surplus declaration, 4,907 square feet parcel of land located rear of 47 Hamlet Street, which is the Frost School behind the Frost that someone wants to use as their own,
Yeah.
which they can by right.
Well,
because
again, if
yeah,
it's not, if the city isn't using it and has no
You
plans
can't
to
because
use
the way,
it,
the way it is, you can't.
let
Yeah,
it go.
Yeah.
Let
And
one
we'll
of
get tax
the
money off of it.
let one of the residents pick it up, and at least we'll be getting
Money off of taxes.
at least some more tax money off of it.
Right. Look at the table, man. It's updated of 1/20/26. There's only 2, 4, 5. Remember there was like a page and a half before?
Yeah. I keep forgetting to look up the city council rules to see what a Rule 12F exemption is.
I don't know. Is there any from, let's see, 2020, there's only 2 from 2025.
Okay. The voting ID, still waiting for the public hearing, I guess.
Yeah, Yes. The firm floodplain map for the city and approve amendment of the city's floodplain management ordinance.
I hated, we used to do, when I was in Delaware, the survey companies I worked for, we used to do flood insurance because the area I lived in was basically equivalent to the Cape Cod seashore. It was all lowland, you know. And people with money, dumb people with a lot of money would build.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was like, I still have nightmares. There were 7
Yeah.
classifications of flood insurance.
Right.
Buildings. You could have it on piles, or you could have it latticed worked in, so you could kind of store stuff.
Yeah.
And what, you know, and depending on what kind of a substructure you had underneath the building, which was elevated, was how much you paid for flood insurance. And the bad thing about it was, when I was down there, flood insurance was about $3,000 a year. Once every 10 years, there would be a cataclysmic storm that would wipe out a whole bunch of areas. So for $30,000, you would get a $300,000 home rebuilt.
Wow.
That's a bargain, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But again, pain in the end. I digress, but.
Yep. And this guy came before the council last time for the Auto Recycles Group LLC junk dealer permit. I guess they have to do something, I don't know. I need to get something, and they hopefully, I mean, the yank in his chain, not for anything.
Okay, now we're into
New business.
new business. Agenda item 027/26. Authority to expend $13,900 SFY 2026 Commonwealth Project Safe Neighbor Initiative with the Mass State Police. That's coming from Rozzi Shepherd, Director of Support Services for the PD. I got no problem.
No,
Stuff
no.
like that.
2826 Declaration of Surplus Property, 15A Boston Street. It's the Home Equity Protection Act. Okay, whatever.
And then 15B, same thing.
Yeah.
Next agenda item down. Here's oh man, my favorite phrase,
I know.
the Collins Commission report. They're going to update it. Let's see,
Can they deduct salaries if they update and figure people are getting too much money?
well, we know they're getting too much money. That's a given, because we know what kind of people fall into the Collins Commission. Let's see, I got the agenda item, or not the agenda item, public record request of the salaries of all Collins Commission people, their last paycheck just prior to the election in November. There was 94. I'll wait a couple of months, another month or so. We're gonna go in an over and under, are we gonna hit 100? I think so. I'm pretty sure of it.
Okay. The next two are kind of together. Resident parking, Fairmont Street, west side from Auburn to Country Road. And then that was 3126 and 3226, resident parking, Fairmont Street, east side from Auburn to Country Road. Okay.
I wonder who this Marilyn Rodriguez is. She wants a resident parking. Hey.
And then now she wants one way
Yeah.
from Fairmont Street from Auburn to Holly.
It just dawned on me. I got a resident parking pass. My driver's license says Lawrence. Does that count?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so next one, what? 3426, remove handicap parking signage. Okay.
Okay. Handicap parking at 33 Juniper Street. Let's see if I won't go there, but I know where it is.
Yeah, handicap parking, 42 Kendrick Street.
Let's see, install and maintain underground conduits on Amesbury at Canal Street from Dave Johnson. Nat Gray.
SEIU Local 3 Library Union Collective Bargaining Agreement.
Let's see, now we're getting into some of the nitty gritty of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
3926, review snow emergency declaration ordinance. Square brackets, 10.36.031, end of square brackets, regarding hours of enforcement. Does hours of enforcement include blue lights? We'll get to that later.
Okay. So 4026, confirm Mayor Brian A. DePena's appointment of Adonis Rodriguez Ramirez to the Lawrence Redevelopment Authority. I wonder if that person is taking Sarah Perez's place.
And then we have the same thing, the next agenda item, Kervin Valdez to the Airport Commission. Again, the same people. I did do a search. One of them has a court case about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Again, do the search, punch in the two names, and you'll come up with the court case. I'm not going to go into the particulars of it.
Okay.
Rather interesting, though.
Okay, now 4226, request for audit on number of handicap spaces and childcare parking spaces. Your counsel.
Willing to bet childcare spaces outnumber handicap spaces?
Quite sure they do. Quite sure they do.
Okay, now we're coming into Vivian, my counselor.
Yes, yeah.
Review snow emergency process and procedure and winter parking enforcement policies, or lack of policies.
Yep.
Uh,
And then her next, what? What?
Next one. Next to the last one.
Okay. Review process for alerting residents of winter parking ban activation.
We will get to that momentarily.
You can do this, yeah.
Last one. Request presentation of annual and semi-annual reports from police, fire, and inspectional services.
You know, and there's probably something that should be done. Even if they don't come before the council per se, but they give it to the council so they have.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so now you're up, Mr. Russell. I can sit back.
Okay.
I wish I had a glass of wine, it would have been, no.
I'm trying to look in the monitor across there.
There you go.
Oh, okay, there we go. This is a map that I got several years ago, and I don't think it has been updated with the addition of any additional blue lights in the city. There are a total of 21 blue lights in the city. Lawrence is approximately 6.9 square miles of land area, which means there is one blue light for every one blue light for every 210 acres of land. There's 89,000 people accepted. That's more or less.
Yeah.
We won't argue. We quibble.
Right.
That comes out to one blue light for every 4,200 people. Okay.
Yep.
Now, this line here, that's Haverhill Street. This is Parker and Amesbury Street. This is Union and South Union Street. This is Andover Street. You can see the lights are not in a lot of places where they should be.
No.
I would have to go and, let's see, where am I on this map? I would have to go at least a quarter of a mile to find a light. And I live on Cross Street. I make no bones about it. It's public record.
Right.
Like a damn fool, OCPF made me put my address down. But let's see, my closest light is the intersection of Cross and Broadway up by the U-Haul store.
Yep.
Okay, there is another one. Where is that? Is that out on Haverhill Street? I'm trying to think where it is. Ames, Haverhill and Ames, possibly. There should be one, in my estimation, there should be one at Haverhill and Hampshire Street. Okay. There should be another one at Haverhill and Prospect Street, and quite possibly one at Haverhill and Jackson Street. Let's see. Do you think there should be a blue light down at the bottom of Mount Vernon and South Broad?
You would think there should be.
You should be. There
Yeah.
ain't none. Nothing.
No.
Nada. Zipperuski. But this is the game plan. This is what we have to follow. Okay? I am.
And if you're driving, coming from work or whatever, and don't go by any of those streets, how the heck would you know if there's a blue light going on?
And I will be damned. I mean, I know what the laws are. I know what it is. You know, whether I cheat a little by parking my car first thing in the morning across the street when I'm not supposed to do it before 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'll be damned if I'm going to pull my car out to go look for a blue light. I
Yeah.
should be able to walk an eighth of a mile in any direction and find a blue light.
Yep.
But
They don't care.
it don't happen.
And why are the blue lights still on? It doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
They're not going to
Okay.
get out to plow.
Okay. Now we have that we were getting a bunch of bogus messages from some outfit out in Washington State. Yeah.
I know.
And in order to do it, they told you punch in the code number, but they never gave you the code number. Duh. Oh, okay, now that brings us back to what is the next most usable feature that most people have access to?
Your computer.
Bingo. Does the city of Lawrence have a website?
I believe they do.
They think they do. Do you think it would make sense that they could put a flashing blue rim around D? Okay. Now,
Remember the good old days?
let's see. I did not notice any blue lights on my way down here this morning.
The one at the corner of Andover and South Broadway is still
Okay,
blue.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's still blue.
All right. Now I'm gonna do something. This is a first.
I know.
This is
Well, because normally you don't have it written till the
No,
morning
that's
of.
it. Well, again, this is what I was going to
Because-
say, use on Friday night, you know,
Right. But
the
you said
normal
you ma-
crap.
you
Good
said you
evening,
ma-
councilors,
yeah,
Rich
but you
Russell,
said you
Cross
made some
Street.
changes. Did you make any?
Hats off salute to the district council that was out and about digging out hydrants. That was Stephanie.
Yeah.
First,
Can you put District E counselor?
no,
Okay.
I don't want to push it. I don't want to push
Giovanni
it.
was out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How effective was the threat to tag and tow those who violated the even odd parking restrictions? Does anyone have numbers for either? Regarding the plowing or lack of plowing, why doesn't the city have monster snow plows anymore? Using landscape-sized dump trucks to plow snow just don't make it. Those plows can clear the middle of the road, but they're really not powerful enough to make another pass and push snow further back to the curb. In my humble opinion, the city doesn't want to own or operate the monster-sized snow plows that they had when I first moved here 25 years ago, as they are only usable for 25 to 30% of the year. State law does allow communities to deficit spend on snow removal. Hence, they can hire any number of these junior-sized snow plows as they need them. I know at least one councilor is familiar with the phrase gang plowing. Why is this tactic not used in plowing the streets? Gang plowing being a case of one truck goes up, there's a truck immediately to its right or its left, depending on how they're plowing. One does the middle, The second one picks the side up, and if there's a third beside it, they keep pushing the stuff back while the snow is
Movable.
movable. Yes, that's the point. Okay, now, this brings in the problem. Why is there, I mean, I'm digressing right
Yeah,
now, but why is there a restriction for snow removal? Because the physics of snow, once the snow falls, it melts a little bit, and then your temperature drops down to damn close to zero.
Right.
It freezes. You are not going to move snow with a snowplow.
Right.
You need something serious. The only way to solve that problem is do it right the first time.
Well, yeah.
Okay, now going back to the gang plowing. Anyone have any answers on that? One of my neighbors, who's going to get rid of the pile of snow that's 6 foot wide, 25 foot long, and 6 foot high in front of his house. Quick math tells me that's about 15 cubic yards of snow. Another choke point is, and you know the corner I'm talking about at Hampshire and Tremont Street. There's the curb kind of curves out.
Yep.
Well, they've basically taken out half of the left turn lane because the snowplows don't know where the curb is anymore because the snow's in the way. And they don't want to tear up their snowplow. I know other areas of the city are worthy of being pointed out for a less than decent plowing operation. It was good to see on Facebook that the street that the mayor lives on was down to bare pavement. When will we get a more effective method of notifying the residents of parking bans? There are not enough blue lights, which I've said, in the city. Notification by the city website is a lost cause. Your friend. Did Chief Moriarty take the red alert system with him when he retired?
He must have.
Why is it so difficult for residents to get this important information? Maybe if some councilors were at the mercy of the useless system, meaning if they had to park on the street like a lot of people did, there would be a different system in place. Then maybe the notification system would become a workable entity. I knew I forgot something. There is, okay, Morton Rock Salt
Yes.
supplies salt to the Chelsea storage area.
Right.
There is a shortage of rock salt.
Yep.
Tune in to the council meeting.
Tomorrow night.
Yes, because I will have the surprise for the city. But again, I have worked in and around construction.
Yep.
You're not quite as old as I am, but I remember snowstorms in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yes, multiple, back to back to back. Nothing like we're getting today.
No.
I'm going to be called a racist for saying this. We got people determining snow removal that never grew up in a snowy environment. Okay? Their biggest concern is how do we push the sand back on the beach that got pushed up in a hurricane. Okay? Maybe if some of that sand could be shipped up to us,
That'd be nice.
we could use it to replace the rock salt we're not going to have.
And I do remember Moriarty. We always knew what was going on. Did they get rid of it? Did it become something else? Who knows? I mean, but there's got to be better. And the first notification that I got. So it was supposed to be, I think, even parking, and they put odd parking.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, whatever. So I immediately went on Facebook and said, no, this is what I posted, took a picture of it, it's supposed to be, I think, even parking. If you don't even know what are you doing sending out these messages? And the thing is, who is sending out these messages? Where is it coming from? Who is the person doing it? That's what we need to know.
I have the perfect person to put in charge of directing snow removal. Friend of yours, friend of mine, Greg Morris.
Yep.
He knows his He knows his stuff about snow.
He certainly does.
Yes.
Yes, he does. But no, but I'm just saying, but who is the person that's sending out these notices? Who is the person that, and why is it some company from the robocall, whatever, why is it coming out of Washington?
You know,
What are we paying for this robocall? How much are we getting charged every time they send out one of those robocalls?
I watch a lot of strange stuff on YouTube. I saw a video from North Carolina where a director of public works was apologizing to the citizens because they don't have the proper equipment to remove snow.
Right.
One of their dump trucks was twice the size of what we have out in the streets, and he's apologizing. I lived through let's see, this had to have been 1970, winter of 70, 71. We had 6 inches of snow at Fort Bragg. I was with a combat engineer unit. I was pulling telephone duty. I get a phone call. This is so-and-so from the general staff. Go into your snow procedure protocol. What is that? He says, first 2 places, we want the ramps at Womack Army Hospital, and then we want the general's driveway sanded. I said, what are we going to do? He says, you got dump trucks? I said, yeah. I said, we don't have spreaders. He says, put a squad of engineers on each truck with shovels and let them throw the sand out. Okay. I said, sir, I says, I'm from New England. I says, this stuff is going to be gone tomorrow, by tomorrow. I'm on telephone duty again, battalion operations. I get a call from the same guy. He's, is this, yeah, I said, this is me. This is still Russell, yeah. He says, you can come down and get your sand. Huh? That's how we going to get the sand. He says, you use shovels to throw it off the truck, use shovels, pick it up and throw it back on the trucks. That was the Army's mentality for snow removal. I spent 10 years in Delaware. I saw 10 and 12-inch storms down there. They were better prepared than the city of Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up in Lynn. We had, in the 50s, we had storms that were ass kickers. At the risk of being totally sarcastic, if the present administration had been in power during the blizzard of 78, we would still be removing snow from that storm right now.
God.
I wasn't around. I was down in Maryland working on the railroad.
I remember going,
and
yep.
I did not come back until June of 78. And I drove by the parking lot at North Shore Shopping Center in Peabody, and there were still piles of snow that were 12 foot high.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. And these guys, waterproof envelopes, insulated, send them down to...
But the thing is, so apparently someone was saying there weren't enough snow plows. Are we not getting snowplow drivers because they're not getting paid? I wonder, that's the other thing.
That's another question. What is the going rate for one of these little, I call them the landscape dump trucks.
Right.
They are small dump trucks.
Right.
Speaking of them, this is directed at the city councilors. Did you ever find out who's parking their snow plows and sanders in the General Donovan parking lot because their father works in City Hall and said it was okay? I asked that question of you guys 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Any answers?
Probably not.
But I look at it, and a snowstorm should not cause this much problem, okay? I did see in the news that town of Marblehead is dumping snow into the Atlantic Ocean. I remember way back when, 15 years ago, somebody resigned and fell on the sword for putting the snow into the Merrimack River because it's illegal. I remember 10 years ago, Snowzilla, Blizzardzilla, whatever the hell we called it.
Mm-hmm.
They had to get permission from the state, and they took out a couple sections of railing on the Amesbury Street Bridge.
Yep.
And we're dumping snow in there. Come on. Snow removal. Okay, a lot of places, they have areas that they can stockpile snow. They call them snow farms.
Right.
Okay? We don't have that environment.
No,
Well, again, that segues to another thing, is the fact that why isn't there more towing? We don't have there's not enough space to tow all of those vehicles and put them. Okay? So they just let them languish, and
Well, they were tagging, because there were 2 cars on my street. They were
tagging?
Yeah.
They
so
weren't going to do any tagging last over the snowstorm.
No, but they should have.
They should have, but they wouldn't. You know why? You know how many workman's comp cases there would have been for frostbite, writing parking tickets at 5-degree or 2-degree weather?
There was 2 on my street that had a ticket on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what, big deal. So what?
I saw one ticketed down on Brookfield Street. That was it. Those are the ones I've ever seen. Some moron in the house next to me, and I took a piece of white Gorilla Tape, black Sharpie. Thank you for parking where you did. You totally screwed up snow removal, because he was supposed to be on the even side of it. He parked across the street from my house on the odd side. So that big pile of snow I mentioned earlier, he caused that pile to be created because the plows had no way
To go up.
to move it, because I could see the plows come up and then
I
they
think-
swung out because his car.
I think the plow drivers, when they get some park like that, I think they just sit there and beep the horn till someone comes out.
No. Again, I would like
And then
to,
wake the neighbors up and all that, and the neighbors get pissed at the person.
my own thoughts,
Or have a megaphone. Whose license plate is blah, 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 blah. Come and move it. Now, you have 5 minutes to move it. Oh, there's a tow truck behind me.
my own thoughts, they should go into an area in the afternoon and say, we are going to be removing snow from your area. Move your cars. Once the snow is removed, you can go back to parking,
Right.
okay? With no restrictions until the
Right.
next snowstorm.
Right.
They got no brains on I don't know which floor the orders for snow removal come from, whether it's the 2nd floor or the 3rd floor.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Again, I have to be careful on what I say and how I say it, because I do get along with a lot of people in City Hall that I am critical
Right.
of.
Right.
You know, but you know what I do. That razor blade.
I know. And a lot of people, when you mention something, will
Duh.
say, a lot of people say, yeah.
What does a 79-year-old white-haired guy know about snow removal?
Like we haven't been.
I'm not in a wheelchair. I am not in a walker. I can still shovel snow
Right.
and use a snow blower with the best of them.
Yep.
And what do I know?
And but not only that, what about the handicap? They can't get out.
I know. Well, actually, if you got a handicap placard, you legitimately can park.
Someone said you couldn't.
I think you can.
I thought I heard that, especially during a snowstorm, you can't.
Again, depends on who you're listening to.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. Yeah.
But again, it's my understanding that handicap placards vehicles can park at a handicap parking space.
But, and it's true, take a section, give the residents 2 days notice. Say, okay, this is the area we're going to clean from this street to this street, blah, blah, this whole section. So a lot of people work, but the people who don't work, go out for an hour or so. Go out and get, or say, you can park at such and such a parking space, for a couple of hours. We're gonna clean the thing. Get the streets clean. But then again, a lot of these companies that plow have businesses during the day. They want to plow at night.
The whole issue is that the people that are ultimately responsible with snow never grew up with it.
Yeah.
They are just taking
Yeah.
they are taking people's advice, and if they don't like the advice, I'm your boss, we're doing it my way.
Yeah.
It's my way or the highway.
Yeah, and like I remember I grew up on Jackson Street, so you could, it was a state highway, but we used to park, there was the Arlington Trust Bank across the street from us. After they closed, they would let us, at night they would let us park, but we had to be out like by 8 in the morning. What?
Arlington Bank, wasn't that somebody's campaign headquarters?
Yes, it was.
He's also got a brain about,
I also, like I said, when I said to him, I lived right, see that house right there? That's where I grew up, first floor. Lived there till I was 18. But I'm just saying, and before you used to be able to, before the new Leahy School was built, you could park in the parking lot as long as you're out before 7 o'clock. Same thing with a lot of the schools, which, like in South Lawrence, a lot of the houses have driveways and things like that. But even if you have a driveway, a lot of people don't park in their driveway. They park on the street. I'm like, because it's easy to get out.
I stirred somebody up, and somebody posted a comment that they have 7 cars in their family. I said, do you have a off-street parking for all of them? She said, you telling me my family can't have cars? I said, no. I'm just asking, do you have parking off-street for all of them? I said, because it's people like you that are causing this I get along great with the people that live next to me.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think of the number of cars that building has.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean.
And they don't have a driveway. I don't have a driveway.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
You would think like someplace like, Central Catholic is a long way away, but, places that have like little, like plazas and stuff like that at night would let you park until, someplace, but granted, they have to be plowed out. I don't know. It's ridiculous. See, I don't know how these fire trucks, God forbid there was ever a fire or an emergency, how these trucks are going to go down these streets.
I know it. Again, and that brings up kind of a silly question on my part. Okay, now you know exactly where I live. The house next to me, let's see, my wife was still alive, so this happened prior to 2011. House next to me had a serious fire. The hydrant directly across the street from me was not used. What was it, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, directly behind me on Tremont Street?
Mm-hmm.
They rebuilt the building, but the hydrant across the street from me was not used. You know why? It's red capped. Red cap is less than 500 gallons per minute flow.
So what would they use it for?
Nothing. It isn't even worth hooking up.
So, okay.
This is the thing people don't realize, the hydrants. A blue capped hydrant is 1,500 gallons or better per minute flow. Green cap is 1,000 to 1,500 gallons per minute flow. Mm-hmm. Orange is 500 to 1,000 gallons per minute flow. They will use orange if they have to.
Right.
They will use blue obviously,
right.
Green.
Right.
When they had the fire down on Lowell Street, they ran all the way up Oxford Street, and they were tagged into a hydrant on Haverhill Street. That was the first hydrant they could find with reasonably good water. Then they ran hoses all the way out to Broadway. Okay, Broadway and Lowell Street. There's a couple of high pressure hydrants there. But they don't even want, so my question is, I realize the importance, and I mean, I have done it for years. I've dug the hydrants, that hydrant out across the street from me. But then it dawned on me, I don't want to sound like a jerk or anything, but why should I dig out something that isn't going to be used?
But they don't use it for anything at all?
Nothing.
So then why is there even a hydrant?
As far as I know, and I did get the paperwork on the hydrant, I think the last time the hydrant was tested, the paperwork that I got from the city, Billy Hale sent me all of the test results. I think the last time that hydrant was tested was 7 years ago, 2018, and it wasn't even 500 gallons. I think it was somewhere around 300, 350.
So my question is, why do we have a hydrant if it's not going to be used?
There's a hydrant up the top of the hill at Cedar and Cross Street. Again, same situation. It's easy, quite frankly, it's easier for them to buy hose for a fire truck than it is to put in new water mains.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I can understand that. But again, I'm just saying, am I going to dig out that hydrant? No. Let somebody else do it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But, hey. Oh.
I know, we were watching the people across the street, and they've, I was thinking, how come they're not the thing, and then found they dug it out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, so tomorrow night will be interesting. It'll be interesting if they have by law, by ordinance, they have to do the state of the city, right?
They have to what?
Do the state of the city address.
That's by city charter.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But again, we've known several years that the charter is the address has been put off for upwards of a month.
Yeah.
But there's no excuse for it because his street is bare.
Yeah, yeah.
Just in case he has to go out and do some emergency mayoral duties. I say that.
What?
10:30 this morning, as I was driving, I went past City Hall. His vehicle was in the parking space.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know what time he arrived, but his vehicle was there. I'm not saying he's in. The lights were on.
Okay.
On the front and the back suites of the mayor's domain on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
It only gets better.
No, it doesn't. No.
But
yeah, we just gotta. Like I said, hopefully, there's no snow in the forecast for a few days, so that's a good thing. But like I said, watching the snow plows, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they? There's like 3 in a row going down and whatever, and the other thing that is really hard is when you get to a corner. When you get to a corner,
okay.
And you can't see where the car's coming.
I know.
I'm like, what's going on?
Okay, I think with all the hot air I've expended, I should have been able to melt all the snow in the city. Okay, now on to some of your pet projects. You went to St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, we went to St. Patrick's Day fundraiser. City of Methuen is doing it. But they do want people from Lawrence. They want businesses if you want to, march in the parade, things like that. It was phenomenal. I mean, I have to commend John Drew for putting this together. I mean, he did the St. Patrick's Day parade here for Dan Rivera, Dan Macklin, Don Macklin, the whole bit. It was phenomenal. The place was packed. Next year he's going to need a bigger place, obviously. But yeah, and St. Patrick's Day parade is going to be on March 21st, obviously in Methuen. Hopefully he's going to send notices to the mayor of the city of Lawrence and the councilors to have them march, because he wants it to be a community thing. Haverhill, Methuen, Andover, North Andover, Lawrence. Let's bring unity to the cities. And I think that's what we need, one of the things we needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna be happening, be interesting. But
I had interaction with one of them. Who's the short, roly-poly guy, round-faced glasses? I don't know if he's part of the Irish thing, contingent in Lawrence, the society and all that.
Oh, Dave Burke?
No, I don't know who it.
Not Dave Burke.
But he was there at one of the Mark LaPlante sign dedications.
Oh, okay.
For Dacey.
Oh.
Okay, he was Civil War.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I don't know.
He was Irish militant.
Okay. Okay.
Deep down inside. So they said, "What are you doing down here?" I says, "I take these pictures because of veterans."
Yeah.
He says, "Well," I says, "I am half Irish." He says, "Really?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "Where?" Russell was an Irish. I says, "My mother's maiden name was Canavan." He said, "That's Irish." He will make you. I says,
Yeah.
"I am one of you already." I just have other priorities. But again,
Okay, so it was a good event.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like I said, this was planned in a month. He planned it in a month. Kudos to him, for him for even wanting to do it. Because he just got elected to council in Methuen. But
I keep my mouth shut
I know.
about recently elected councilors in Methuen.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't have to worry about him. Trust me.
But
yeah, so it was a fun night. It was a really
that's good.
fun night. Yeah.
Again, I'm going to be called a racist for saying this. God forbid we forget Lawrence's Spanish heritage. How about the Irish and the Italians?
Oh yeah. Well, we have the feast.
The
Feast of Three Saints.
Lebanese, the Jews,
The Baha'u'llah,
everybody,
Baha'u'llah,
everybody that came in here, that broke ground for the.
I know.
But no, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to. Is genuflect the proper word to use to the powers that be?
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but so anyway, so tomorrow night, City Council chambers,
Yes.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, the chairs are comfortable.
Yes, well, yeah, they are. At least you can put your feet up.
Yeah, you do.
yeah.
Well, I did anyways, but again,
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, we'll be there. Obviously. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
yes.
Yeah.
Second row.
Second row. Yeah, I had to move over just a little so I could see my counselor. I wanted to make sure I saw her.
Yeah.
The way they move,
The podium makes for an excellent windscreen. But
Yep. But anyway, but yeah, come listen to the Mayor's State of the City address. See what he has to say.
we'll be there. We'll be there again.
Yep.
God knows what's going to happen with all the stuff. So I know when we're not getting the high sign, but I'm looking at the clock.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
we're down to
yeah.
just about zero
Right.
time.
So we will see you, and we will be back in a couple weeks.
Yes. So
Have a good one.
enjoy. Stay out of the hot snow.
Yeah.
Okay. With
Keep
that.
warm.
All right.
Bye.